Namaste JVN. I JVN Preeti Singh, Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University. Today I will discuss about the topic. Uh, Today I will discuss about the topic intraocular barriers and method to overcome. Intraocular barriers and method to overcome is very important topic related to the ocular drug delivery system. So now we come to the barriers to ocular drug delivery. The reason why it is difficult to achieve relevant therapeutic dose within the eye is primarily due to the presence of multiple barriers. When a dosage form is either administered topically or systematically, it faces multiple obstacles before it reaches its site of action. As a result, ocular bioavailability from typically administered drug is usually only 1% to 7% of applied dose. So the barriers to ocular drug delivery, these barriers can be broadly classified as anatomical barrier, physiological barrier and blood ocular barrier. So the anatomical barriers, when a dosage form is topically administered, there are two routes of entry, either through the cornea or via the non-corneal route. The cornea is a very tight multi-layered tissue that is mainly composed of 5 sections: epithelium, uh, Bowman's membrane, stroma, and Descemet membrane and endothelium. So the corneal cross section is very important. So the anatomical barriers, out of these, it's the epithelium which acts as the principal barriers. These 5 to 6 layers of columnar epithelial cells with very tight junctions create high paracellular resistance of 12 to 16. It acts as a major barriers to hydrophilic drug transport through intracellular spaces. On the other hand, stroma, which consists of multiple layers of hexagonally arranged collagen fibers containing aqueous pores or channels, allow hydrophilic drugs to easily pass through, but it acts as a significant barrier for lipophilic drugs. So the for a drug to have optimum bioavailability, it should have the right balance between lipophilicity and hydrophilicity. The remaining layers are leaky and do not act as significant barriers. So the non-corneal route passes by cornea and involve in movement across conjunctiva and sclera. This route is important and especially for large and hydrophilic molecules such as peptides and proteins and siRNA, small or short interfering RNA. So this physiological barriers, the eye primary line of defense is its tear film, and bioavailability of topically administered drugs is further reduced by precorneal factors such as solution drainage and tear dilution, tear turnover, and increased lacrimation. The lacrimal fluid is an isotonic aqueous solution containing a mixture of protein such as lysozyme as well as lipids. So following topical application and lacrimation is significantly increased, leading to dilution of administered dose. This in turn lower drugs concentration, leading to diminished drug absorption. So the rapid clearance from the precorneal area while lacrimation and through nasolacrimal drainage and spillage further reduces contact time between the tissue and drug molecule. This in turn lowers the exact time for absorption leading to reduced bioavailability. The average tear volume is 7 to 9 microliter with a turnover rate of 16% per minute. Thus, drugs administered as eye drops need to be isotonic and non-irritating to prevent significant precorneal loss. So blood ocular barrier. The blood ocular barrier normally keeps most drugs out of the eye, and however inflammation breaks down this barrier, allowing drugs are large and molecules to penetrate into the eye. So the blood aqueous barrier, the ciliary epithelium and capillaries of the iris is the blood retina barriers, non-fenestrated capillaries of the retina. So this is the complete session of the different types of barrier. This session is powered by the digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it your problem by the problem resolving class. Thank you and thank you for the listening.